Jackie Dunn, Health Protection Lead at Public Health at Nobles. Tell us a bit more about what the Isle of Man is doing here. We're ahead of the curve, aren't we, in introducing something that is on its way all over the UK?
That's right. We're very fortunate here. We're getting to introduce the HPV screening into the cervical screening programme right at the beginning of the programme, sort of with the rest of the UK. So in the rest of the UK, it'll be rolled out through this year, 2018, and next year, 2019. But we're at the very beginning here because we thankfully use the labs that we use all use this new system.
Tell us about it. There is a new test that is carried out on the sample, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. So actually it doesn't change. What happens, what the woman experiences doesn't change. But when that test is sent away, instead of initially looking for the cytology or the abnormal cells, what the lab will do is look for the HPV virus. HPV, very common virus, and we know that it's associated or it's found in 99.7% of cervical cancers.
So will this have better outcomes for women in the Isle of Man?
Yeah, by finding the HPV earlier, the primary test saves more lives by determining the risk earlier. So you find the risk of the woman developing cervical cancer, you can easily go on then to prevent that from happening. Cervical screening, as you're probably all aware, is all about preventing cervical cancer. It's not about finding cervical cancer, it's about finding changes that may go on to lead to cervical cancer in the future.
Now, you've said the process and procedure is exactly the same, the way the woman gets the letter and what happens when she goes to the GP surgery. No change there.
No.
But there'll be one of three outcomes, won't there, that they'll be informed about?
So women in the usual ages will get their letter from the age of about 25, and it's okay for women to be screened up to the age of 64. That's what we recommend. What happens then when you've been for your screening is you'll get a letter. You'll get one of three letters probably. One saying HPV not found, nothing to worry about, see you at your next routine screening. The second letter would be to say actually HPV was found, but there was no abnormal cells found, so we'll just make sure that you've got rid of the HPV and invite you back a bit sooner. Or the third one might be that you've got HPV found and you've got abnormal cells, and that's the time that we would then say you need to go off to the colposcopy clinic. All it means is the abnormal cells are there. It doesn't mean that you've got cancer or anything like that, but the abnormal cells need to be looked at by specialists and just have a colposcopy to have a look and just make sure that those cells either need to be treated or what needs to be done with those.